The sun is dying, and that's not drama, that's science. Right now, at this exact moment, the sun is burning 600 million tons of hydrogen every single second. That's the fuel keeping Earth alive. And that fuel is running out. The sun is 4.6 billion years old. It has already used up about half of its core hydrogen. Half its life is gone. This isn't a theory. It's not speculation. It's a measurable process happening right now inside its core. There will be no warning siren, no explosion tomorrow. But the timeline is already written in physics. As the sun ages, it gets brighter about 10% every billion years. That small increase is enough to completely change Earth's future. Long before the sun actually dies, our oceans will evaporate. Our atmosphere will collapse. Complex life will disappear. This isn't about fear. It's about understanding our place in time. We're going to walk through exactly how the sun will evolve from here, what happens to Earth along the way, and what this means for the long-term future of humanity. Right now, it shines calmly, a steady yellow star. But this stability is an illusion. Slowly, impossibly slowly, it is getting brighter. Roughly 10% brighter every billion years. That may not sound like much to us, but for Earth, that small change is catastrophic. In about 1 billion years, long before the final death throes, the sun will be bright enough to trigger a runaway greenhouse effect. Earth's oceans will begin to evaporate, not boil instantly, but turn into an unstoppable steam, escaping slowly into space. Clouds will thicken, trapping the heat. Carbon dioxide levels will crash, suffocating plants. Oxygen will fall. Simple life will cling on in extreme places, but complex life, it will disappear. And so, long before the sun actually dies, the Earth we know will be gone. By 3 to 4 billion years from now, our planet will be a dry, cracked, desert world. No oceans, no forests, no sounds. Just oppressive heat and total silence. Do you think humanity will have escaped by then? Or is this our inevitable final home? Share your thoughts below. But even that desolate silence is only the beginning of the end. Because when the hydrogen in the sun's core finally runs out, gravity finally wins the war. Without the outward pressure of hydrogen fusion, the core will begin to collapse under its own colossal weight. As it compresses, it heats up exponentially. And that rising heat will cause the outer layers of the sun to expand outward. Violently and dramatically, the sun will transform into a red giant. It will not just be slightly bigger. It will swell hundreds of times its current size. A monster in the solar system. It will engulf Mercury. It will swallow Venus and Earth. Our fate is uncertain. Some models say we will be swallowed whole. Others suggest our planet will be stripped down to a lifeless ball of molten rock, dancing on the edge of the fire. Imagine looking up at that sky. The sun is no longer a small disk. It fills half the horizon. A burning, red, angry giant dominating the heavens. The atmosphere is gone. The surface is a global ocean of lava. Mountains erased. Continents melted. Everything humans ever built. Every city. Every masterpiece. Every monument. Every digital memory. All of it gone. But even this fiery fury does not last forever. After the red giant stage, the sun will shed its entire outer layers into space, creating a glowing shell of colorful gas called a planetary nebula. For a brief cosmic moment, it will be beautiful, an expanding bubble of stardust shining into the deep darkness. And at the dead center, what remains of our glorious sun will collapse into a white dwarf, a star the size of Earth, but containing half the sun's mass. Dense, hot, but with no more fuel. No more fusion. No more light production. Just leftover, fading heat, radiating into the void, and eventually, after unimaginable spans of time, after trillions of years, long after every other star in the universe has gone dark, even that heat will fade. The white dwarf will cool into a black dwarf, cold, dark, invisible. The sun, the object that gave birth to Earth, that powered every thought and every heartbeat for billions of years, will become a frozen ember, drifting silently through the galaxy. But here is the perspective that changes everything. By the time the sun becomes a red giant, humanity, if it has survived, will not be here. We will either be extinct or we will have left. Because a billion years is an almost incomprehensible amount of time for a species like ours. Modern humans have existed for only about 300,000 years. The sun's death is not just a story about destruction. It is a clock, a countdown stretching billions of years into the future, reminding us that nothing in the universe is permanent. Not stars, not planets, not even galaxies. Everything changes, everything evolves, everything ends. But in that ending, there is something strangely beautiful. The atoms in your body were forged inside massive stars that died long before the sun was even born. Their catastrophic explosions scattered carbon, oxygen, and iron into space. That material formed new stars, new planets, and eventually, you. When our sun dies, its material will drift into space, joining giant molecular clouds. And someday, trillions of years from now, that very material may form new stars, new planets, maybe even new life. The sun's death will not be the end of everything. It will be a transformation. Right now, the sun feels permanent, eternal, a constant in our sky. But it is temporary, and so are we, which makes this moment, this fragile, warm, sunlit moment, unbelievably rare. One day, billions of years from now, Earth will be silent. But today, it isn't. Today, the oceans still move, the wind still blows, the sky is still blue, the sun still rises. And maybe that's the real story. Not that the sun will die, but that for a brief, magical window in cosmic time, it shines for us. If you enjoyed this journey through the future of our star, consider subscribing, because the universe is full of endings, and we're just getting started exploring them.